What?
I forgot to read the, did you read the chapter?
Nope.
Wow. Okay, hold on, guys. We're just getting water. So, yours didn't read chapter 5. Yeah. But, well, I didn't read. I read all the way up to 85. I was supposed to do this morning, but I forgot. Wait. I feel like I'm Superman, like reading things. Oh, shit. So basically in chapter 5, some like, oh wait, let me tweet that.
I'm going to start reading the last 5 pages out loud. And then just go to chapter 6 and give people a quick refresher.
Yeah. That's good, that's good. So I'll read from page 85. I'll read from page 85 and then go through the next chapter. But let me tweet this really quick so people actually know. Bring your books and bring your friends.
Got him.
'Cause I'm reading, motherfucker.
Sorry, guys.
'Cause I'm... Okay, wait.
Hi, Emma and Eddie, if you're watching.
Are they gonna watch?
They did last week.
YouNow.com/ Cameron Dallas _ Yeah, I just posted a Vine too with Christian. Yosh is in it. 11K in 6 minutes, that's easy. Alright, bruh.
What'd you think of Cameron's new Vine?
Oh yeah, if you guys don't know who Yosh is, he lives with us. Dude, they can see how dirty it is.
It's not that dirty.
Ping pong table behind us in the room.
Yeah, a lot of
I
stuff.
love you, Gina. But if you don't know who Yosh is, he stays with us. He's a boss. That's all you really need to know. He's just a boss. Family friend. And he helps us a lot. So we're on page 85 of The Fault in Our Stars. If you haven't been keeping up with us, this is like the 5th or 4th, 5th? Maybe the 5th or 4th. But yeah, so we're basically reading The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. We're on page 85. Well, I'm going to start on page 85 and then read through the last couple pages of chapter 5. Then we'll go into chapter 6 and that's like 20 pages. Yeah. Decent. So we're going to read 20 pages together. You're really stuck with me for 20 pages. Yosh finally got his own book, so we're going to have to share. Okay. Are you guys ready? Oh. Yeah, so his friend that went blind, finally got surgery done. And there's a really funny part. Really funny. No, I said, blah, blah, blah. Okay, look. So his friend, she goes and visits him. he's still like talking about the girl that just dumped him. But she goes, the nurse, having finished the bandage change, stepped back. "It's only been a day, Isaac," she said, vaguely condescending. "You've got to give yourself time to heal, and 14 months isn't that long. Not in the scheme of things. You're just getting started, buddy. You'll see." The nurse left, and she nodded. I nodded, then realized he couldn't see me nod. "Yeah," I said. It was kind of funny. "Wait." And she says, "I'll see." Really? Did she seriously just say that? Is it "I'll see," but he's blind?
It's a good line. It's a good line.
Okay. You want to read a page for once?
Just waiting for you to ask, buddy.
Page 85. You guys ready? Page 85, The Fault in Our Stars. Follow along.
Okay. "Do you ever throw them away?" I asked him. "One of the many benefits of not smoking is that packs of cigarettes last forever," he answered. "I've had this one for almost a year. A few of them are broken near the filters, but I think this pack could easily get me to my 18th birthday." He held the filter between his fingers, then put it in his mouth. "So, okay," he said. "Okay, name some things that you never see in Indianapolis." "Skinny adults," I said. He laughed. "Good, keep going." Beaches, family-owned restaurants, topography. All excellent examples of things we lack. Also, culture. "Yeah, we are a bit short on culture," I said, finally realizing where he was taking me. "Are we going to the museum?" In a manner of speaking, "Oh, are we going to that park, or whatever?" Gus looked a bit deflated. "Yes, we are going to that park or whatever," he said. "You figured it out, haven't you?" Figured what out? Nothing. There was this park behind the museum where a bunch of artists had made big sculptures. I'd heard about it, never visited. We drove past the museum and parked right next to this basketball court filled with huge blue and red
balls. Oh. Steel arcs. Alright, guys. Top of page 86. What's that? Filled with huge blue and red steel arcs that imagine the path of bouncing balls. Bouncing ball. We walked down what passes for a hill in Indianapolis to this clearing where kids were climbing all over this huge, oversized skeleton sculpture. The bones each about waist high, and the thigh bone was longer than me. It looked like a child's drawing of a skeleton rising up out of the ground. My shoulder hurt. I worried the cancer had spread from my lungs. I imagined the tumor
metastasizing.
I imagined the tumor metastasizing into my own bones, boring holes into my skeleton, a slithering eel of insidious intent. "Funky bones," Augusta said. "Created by Joe van Lieshout. Sounds Dutch." "He is," Gus said. "So is Rick Smits. So are tulips." Gus stopped in the middle of the clearing with the bones right in front of us and slipped his backpack off one shoulder, then the other. He unzipped it, producing an orange blanket, a pint of orange juice, and some sandwiches were wrapped in plastic wrap with the crust cut off. "What's with all the orange?" I asked, still not wanting to let myself imagine that all this would lead to Amsterdam. "National color of Netherlands, of course. You remember, William of an Orange and everything? William of Orange and everything." He wasn't on the GED test. I smiled, trying to contain my excitement. "Sandwich?" he asked. "Let me guess," I said. "Dutch cheese and tomato?" "The tomatoes are from Mexico, sorry." You're always such a disappointment, Augustus. Couldn't you have at least gotten orange tomatoes? He laughed, and we ate our sandwiches in silence, watching the kids play on the sculpture. I couldn't very well ask him about it, so I sat there surrounded by Dutchness, feeling awkward and hopeful. In the distance, soaked in the unblemished sunlight so rare and precious in our hometown, a gaggle of kids made a skeleton into a playground, jumping back and forth from among the prosthetic bones. Two things I love about this sculpture, Augustus said. He was holding the unlit cigarette between his fingers, flicking at it as if to get rid of the ash. He placed it back in his mouth. First, the bones are just far enough apart that if you're a kid, you cannot resist the urge to jump between them. Like, you just have to jump from rib cage to skull, which means that second the sculpture essentially forces children to play on bones. The symbolic resonances are endless, Hazel Grace. You do love symbols, I said, hoping to steer the conversation back toward the many symbols of the Netherlands at our picnic. Right about that, you're probably wondering why you're eating a bad cheese sandwich and drinking orange juice, and why I'm wearing the jersey of a Dutchman who played a sport I have come to loathe. Is that right?
Yeah, loathe, hate.
It has crossed my mind, I said. Hazel Grace, like so many children before you, and I, say this with great affection. You spent your wish hastily. Is that right? With little care for the consequences. The Grim Reaper was staring you in your face, and the fear of dying with your wish still in your proverbial pocket, ungranted, led you to rush towards the first wish you could think of. And you, like so many others, chose the cold and artificial pleasures of the theme park. She, in the previous chapter, they're talking about using like one wish to meet the author, and she chose to go to Disneyland twice.
What? Twice?
Yeah. Disneyland really isn't that great for anyone that's not been. Phone's off, whatever that means. I love you, Bridget. Alright, ready? I actually had a great time on that trip. I met Goofy and Minnie. I'm in the midst of a soliloquy. I'm in the midst of a soliloquy. I wrote this out and memorized it, and if you interpret me, and if you interrupt me, I will completely screw it up. Augustus interrupted. I don't know why I said interpret.
It looks like that.
Yeah, kind of. Please, to be eating your sandwich and listening. The sandwich was inevitably dry, but I smiled and took a bite anyway. Okay, where was I? The artificial pleasures. He returned the cigarettes to its pack. Right. The cold and artificial pleasures of the theme park. But let me submit that the real heroes of the Wish Factory are the young men and women who wait like Vladimir and Estragon. What?
Yeah.
Vladimir and Estragon wait for Godot, and good Christian girls wait for marriage. These young heroes wait.
Stoically.
Huh?
Stoically.
These young heroes wait stoically, and without complaint for their one true wish to come along. Sure, it may never come along, but at least they can rest easily in the grave knowing that they've done their little part to preserve the integrity of the wish as an idea. But then again, maybe it will come along. Maybe you'll realize that your one true wish is to visit the brilliant Peter Van Houten in his Amsterdam exile, and you will be glad indeed to have saved your wish. Augustus stopped speaking long enough that I figured the soliloquy was over. But I didn't save my wish, I said. Ah, he said, and then after what felt like a practiced pause, he nodded. Ah, but I saved mine. Ooh. Slay. I'm actually falling asleep. I love your voice. Wait. Hi, Nikki. I want to see what these comments say. That's cute that he gave his wish, though.
Yeah, I like that.
He's going to use his wish.
It's big.
Smart little cookie. Okay. But I saved mine. Really? I was surprised that Augustus was wish eligible. What with being still in school and a year into remission, you had to be pretty sick for the genies to hook you up with that. Okay. There was all the... Wait. Really? I was surprised that Augustus was wishable. What with being still in school and a year into remission, you had to be pretty sick for the genies to hook you up with a wish. I got it in exchange for the leg, he explained. There was all this light on his face. He had to squint to look at me, which made his nose crinkle adorably. Now, I'm not going to give you my wish or anything, but I also have an interest in meeting Peter Van Houten. And it wouldn't make sense to meet him without the girl who introduced me to his book. It definitely wouldn't, I said. So I talked to the genies, and they are in total agreement. They said Amsterdam is lovingly... They said Amsterdam is lovely in the beginning of May. They proposed leaving May 3rd and returning May 7th. Augustus, really? He reached over and touched my cheek, and for a moment I thought he might kiss me. My body tensed, and I think he saw it, because he pulled his hands away. Augustus, I said, really? You don't have to do this. Sure I do, he said. I found my wish. God, you're the best, I told him. I bet you say that to all the boys who finance your international travel, he answered. Chapter 6. You want to read it?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Page 1?
91. We're on page 91.
Mom was folding my laundry while watching this TV show called The View when I got home. I told her that the tulips and the Dutch artist and everything were all because Augustus was using his wish to make me to Amsterdam. That's too much, she said, shaking her head. We can't accept that from a virtual stranger. He's not a stranger. He's easily my second best friend. Behind Caitlin? Behind you, I said. It was true, but I mostly said it because I wanted to go to Amsterdam. I'll ask Dr. Maria, she said after a moment.
You can finish it.
Dr. Marissa said I couldn't go to Amsterdam without an adult intimately familiar with my case, which more or less meant either Mom or Dr. Maria herself. My dad understood my cancer the way I did, in the vague and incomplete way people understand electrical circuits and ocean tides, but my mom knew more about differentiated thyroid carcinoma in adolescence than most oncologists. So you'll come, I said. The genies will pay for it. The genies are loaded. But your father, she said, he would miss us. It wouldn't be fair to him, and he can't get time off work. Are you kidding? You don't think Dad would enjoy a few days of watching TV shows that are not about aspiring models and ordering pizza every night, using paper towels as plates so he doesn't have to do the dishes? Mom laughed. Finally, she started to get excited, typing tasks into her phone. She'd have to call Gus's parents and talk to the genies about my medical needs, and do they have a hotel yet? What are the best guidebooks and what we should do our research if we only have 3 days, and so on. I kind of had a headache, so I downed a couple Advil and decided to take a nap. But I ended up just lying in bed and playing the whole picnic with Augustus. I couldn't stop thinking about the little moment when I tensed up as he touched me. The gentle familiarity felt wrong somehow. I thought maybe it was how orchestrated the whole thing had been.
Augustus was amazing, but he'd overdone everything at the picnic. right down to the sandwiches that were metaphorically resonant, that were metaphorically resonant, but tasted terrible in the memorized soliloquy that prevented conversation. It all felt romantic, but not romantic. But the truth is that I had never wanted him to kiss me. Not in the way you're supposed to want these things. I mean, he was gorgeous. I was attracted to him. I thought about him in that way, to borrow a phrase from the middle school vernacular. But the actual touch, the realized touch, it was all wrong. Then I found myself worrying I would have to make out. Then I found myself worrying I would have to make out with him to get to Amsterdam, which is not the kind of thing you want to be thinking, because A, it shouldn't have even been a question whether I wanted to kiss him, and B, kissing someone so that you can get a free trip is perilously close to full-on hooking. And I have to confess that while I did not fancy myself a particularly good person, particularly, I have like a lisp or something, because when I can't say certain words, it pisses me off. I did not fancy myself a particularly good person. I never thought my first real sexual action would be prostitutional. But then again, he hadn't tried to kiss me. He'd only touched my face, which is not even sexual. It was not a move designed to elicit arousal. It was not a move to elicit arousal, but it was certainly a designed move, because Augustus Waters was no improviser. So what had he been trying to convey, and why hadn't I wanted to accept it? At some point, I realized I was Caitlining the encounter, so I decided to text Caitlin and ask for some advice. She called immediately. I have a boy problem, I said. Delicious, Caitlin responded. I told her all about it, complete with the awkward face touching, leaving out only Amsterdam and Augustus' name. You're sure he's hot? She asked when I finished. Pretty sure, I said. Athletic? Yeah, he used to play basketball for North Central. Wow, how'd you meet him? This hideous support group. Huh? Caitlin said. Out of curiosity, how many legs does this guy have? Like 1.4, I said, smiling. Basketball players were famous in Indiana, and although Caitlin didn't go to North Central, her social connectivity was endless. Augustus Waters, she said. Maybe. Oh my God, I've seen him at parties. The things I would do to that boy. I mean...
Damn. Ooh, it's getting hot in this book.
Okay, the things I would do to that boy. I mean, not now that I know you're interested in him, but... Oh, sweet holy Lord. I would ride that one-legged pony all the way around the corral. Caitlin, I said. Sorry. Don't you think you'd have to be on top? Caitlin, I said. What were we talking about? What were we talking about? Right, you and Augustus Waters, maybe. Are you gay? I don't think so. I mean, I definitely like him. Does he have ugly hands? Sometimes beautiful people have ugly hands. No, he has kind of amazing hands. She said. I said. After a second, Caitlin said, Remember Derek? He broke up with me last week because he decided there was something fundamentally He broke up with me last week because he decided there was something fundamentally incompatible about us deep down, and that we'd only get hurt more if we played it out. He called it primitive dumping. So maybe you have this premonition, or preemptive. Oh, preemptive dumping. He called it preemptive dumping. What's that mean?
It's hardcore.
It's preemptive dumping. So maybe you have this premonition. That there is something fundamentally incompatible, and you're preempting the preemption. I said. Yeah, it's a lot of big words that I don't know. I said. I'm just thinking out loud here. Sorry about Derek. Oh, I got over it, darling. It took me a sleeve of Girl Scout Thin Mints and 40 minutes to get over that boy. I laughed. Well, thanks, Caitlin. In the event you do hook up with him, I expect lascivious details. But of course, I said, and then Caitlin made a kissy sound into the phone, and I said bye, and she hung up.
96.
We're on 96, the top. 96, the top, and we're reading Fault in Our Stars, John Green. This is Yosh, he lives with me, blah, blah, blah. And
the book is heating up!
The book is heating up, and if you think I read like a 3-year-old, it's because I'm trying to work on my reading. I suck at reading.
No, you don't.
Out loud, and pronouncing words. I know there are some words that I don't know. I don't know every fucking word. And, yeah. And this is a learning process. So, if you know it, great for you. If you don't, then learn it with me, because I don't know it. With that said, I love you, Amanda, and I'm going to start on the top of page 96. I realized while listening to Caitlin that I didn't have a premonition. I realized while listening to Caitlin that I didn't have a premonition of hurting him. I had a postmonition. I pulled out my laptop and looked up Caroline Mathers. The physical similarities were striking. Same steroidally round face, same nose, same approximate overall body shape. But her eyes were dark brown, mine are green, and her complexion was much darker Italian, or something. Thousands of people, literally thousands of people, had left condolence messages for her. It was an endless scroll of people who missed her, so many that it took me an hour of clicking to get past the "I'm sorry you're dead" wall posts to the "I'm praying for you" wall posts. She died a year ago of brain cancer. I was able to click through some of her pictures. Augustus was in a bunch of the earlier ones. Pointing with a thumbs up to the jagged scars across her bald skull, arm in arm at the Memorial Hospital's playground, with their backs facing the camera, kissing while Caroline held the camera out so you could only see their noses and closed eyes. The most recent pictures were all of her before, when she was healthy. Uploaded post-mortem by friends, a beautiful girl, wide-hipped and curvy, with long, straight, dead black hair falling over her face. My healthy self looked very little like her healthy self. But our cancer selves might have been sisters. No wonder he'd stared at me the first time he saw me. I kept clicking back to this one wall post, written 2 months ago, 9 months after she died, by one of her friends. We all miss you so much. It just never ends. It feels like we're all wounded in your battle, Caroline. We're all wounded in your battle, Caroline. I miss you. I love you. After a while, Mom and Dad announced it was time for dinner. I shut the computer and got up, but I couldn't get the wall post out of my mind, and for some reason it made me nervous and unhungry. I kept thinking about my shoulder which hurt, and also I still had the headache, but maybe only because I'd been thinking about a girl who died of brain cancer. I kept telling myself to compartmentalize to be here now at the circular table, arguably too large in diameter for 3 people, and definitely too large for 2. With this soggy broccoli and a black bean burger that all the ketchup in the world could not adequately With this soggy broccoli and a black bean burger that all the ketchup in the world could not adequately moisten, how do you say that? Like, moistening. I told myself that imagining a met in my brain or my shoulder would not affect the visible reality going on inside of me, and that therefore all such thoughts were wasted moments in a life composed of definitionally finite set of short moments. I even tried to tell myself to live my best day. I even tried to tell myself to live my best life today. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out why something a stranger had written on the internet to a different and deceased stranger was bothering me so much, and making me worry that there was something inside my brain, which really did hurt. Although I knew from years of experience that pain is a blunt and non-specific diagnostic instrument. We're on the top of page 98. Because there had not been an earthquake in Papua New Guinea.
I know, girl.
Papua New Guinea.
Hi, Kimberly. Kimberly's from Papua New Guinea.
How do you know?
I don't know, I met her like 15 years ago.
In Papua New Guinea that day. My parents were all hyper-focused on me, and so I could not hide this flash flood of anxiety. Is everything all right? Asked my mom as I ate. Uh-huh, I said. I took a bite of a burger, swallowed, tried to say something that a normal person whose brain was not drowning in panic would say. Is there broccoli in the burgers? A little, Dad said. Pretty exciting that you might go to Amsterdam. Yeah, I said. I tried not to think about the word wounded, which of course is a way of thinking about it. Hazel, my mom said, where are you right now? Just thinking, I guess, I said. Twitter padded, my dad said, smiling. Twitter padded, my dad said, smiling. I am not a bunny. I am not in love with Gus Waters or anyone, I answered, way too defensively. I am not a bunny. I am not in love with Gus Waters or anyone, I answered, way too defensively. So she wouldn't even say it like that. I am not a bunny. I am not in love with Gus Waters or anyone, I answered, way too defensively, wounded. Like Caroline Mathers had been a bomb, and when she blew up, everyone around her was left with embedded shrapnel. Dad asked me if I was working on anything for school. I've got some very advanced algebra homework, I told him. So advanced that I couldn't possibly explain it to a layperson. And how's your friend Isaac? Blind, I said. You're being very teenagery today, Mom said. She seemed annoyed about it. Is this what you wanted, Mom? For me to be teenagery? Well, not necessarily this kind of teenagery, but of course, your father and I are excited to see you become a young woman, making friends, and going on dates. I'm not going on dates, I said. I don't want to go on dates with anyone. It's a terrible idea, and a huge waste of time. And, honey, my mom said, what's wrong? I'm like a grenade, Mom. I'm a grenade, and at some point I'm going to blow up, and I would like to minimize the casualties, okay? My dad tilted his head a little to the side, like a scolded puppy. I'm a grenade, I said. I just want to stay away from people and read books and think and be with you guys because there's nothing I can do about hurting you. You're too invested. So just please let me do that, okay? I'm not depressed. I don't need to get out more, and I can't be a regular teenager because I'm a grenade. Hazel, Dad said. Hazel, Dad said, and then choked up. He cried a lot, my dad. I'm going to my room and read for a while. I'm going to my room and read for a while, okay? I'm fine. I really am fine. I just want to go read for a while. You want to get this page? Page 100.
I started out trying to read this novel I'd been assigned, but we lived in a tragically thin-walled home, so I could hear much of the whispered conversation that ensued. My dad saying, it kills me, and my mom saying, that's exactly what she doesn't need to hear, and my dad saying, I'm sorry, but, and My mom saying, "Are you not grateful?" And him saying, "God, of course I'm grateful." I kept trying to get this story, but I couldn't stop hearing them. So I turned on my computer to listen to some music, and with Augustus's favorite band, The Hectic Glow, as my soundtrack, I went back to Caroline Mather's tribute pages, reading about how heroic her fight was, and how much she was missed, and how she was in a better place, and how she would live forever in their memories, and how everyone who knew her, everyone, was laid low by her leaving. Maybe I was supposed to hate Caroline Mathers or something, because she'd been with Augustus, but I didn't. I couldn't see her very clearly amid all the tributes, but there didn't seem to be too much hate. She seemed to be mostly a professional, sick person like me, which made me worry that when I died, they'd have nothing to say about me except that I fought heroically, as if only thing I'd ever done was have cancer. Anyway, eventually, I started reading Caroline Mather's little notes, which were mostly actually written by her parents, because I guess her brain cancer was of the variety that makes you not before it makes you not alive.
So it was all like, Caroline continues to have behavioral problems. She's struggling a lot with anger and frustration over not being able to speak. We are all frustrated about these things, too, of course. But we have more socially acceptable ways of dealing with our anger. Gus has taken to calling Caroline Hulk Smash, which resonates with the doctors. There's nothing easy about this for any of us, but you take your humor where you can get it. Hoping to go home on Thursday, we'll let you know. She didn't go home on Thursday, needless to say. So of course I tensed up when he touched me. To be with him was to hurt him, inevitably. And that's what I And that's what I'd felt as he reached for me. I'd felt as though I were committing to an act of violence against him, because I was. I decided to text him. I wanted to avoid a whole conversation about it. Hi, so okay, I don't know if you'll understand this, but I can't kiss you or anything. Not that you'd necessarily want to, but I can't. When I try to look at you like that, all I see is what I'm going to put you through. Maybe that doesn't make sense to you. Anyway, sorry. He responded a few minutes later. Okay. I wrote back, okay. He responded, oh, oh my God, stop flirting with me. I just said, okay. My phone buzzed moments later. I was kidding, Hazel Grace. I understand, but we both know that. Okay is a what? But we both know that okay is a very flirty word. Okay is bursting with sensuality. Okay is bursting with sensuality. I was very tempted to respond okay again, but I pictured him at my funeral, and that helped me text properly. Sorry. I tried to go to sleep with my headphones still on, but then after a while my mom and dad came in, and my mom grabbed Bluey from the shelf and hugged him in her stomach, and my dad sat down in my desk chair, and without crying he said, "You are not a grenade, not to us. Thinking about you dying makes us sad, Hazel, but you are not a grenade. You are amazing. You can't know, sweetie, because you never had a baby become a brilliant young reader with a side interest in horrible television shows. But the joy you bring us is so much greater than the sadness we feel about your illness." Okay, I said. Really? My dad said. Okay, I said. Really? My dad said. I wouldn't bullshit you about this. If you were more trouble than you're worth, we'd just toss you out on the streets. We're not sentimental people, Mom added, deadpan. We'd leave you at an orphanage with a note pinned to your pajamas. I laughed. You don't have to go to support group, Mom added. You don't have to do anything, except go to school. She handed me the bear. I think Bluey can sleep on the shelf tonight, I said. Let me remind you that I am more than 33 I am more than 33 half years old. I'm going to be 33 and a half. 33 half years old. Keep him tonight, she said. Mom, I said.
Does he mean the 30?
Let me remind you that I'm more than
No, I'm saying, like, is he saying that he's 33 or is he 16 and a half?
That's the mom. Mom's saying that.
Right, am I more than 33?
Let me remind you that I am more than 33 half years old.
So 33 half years would be like 16 and a half. Or something.
Isn't it 6 and a half? Like he didn't put a half. I'm 33 half years old.
Right.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay. He's lonely, she said. Oh my God, Mom, I said, but I took stupid Bluey and kind of cuddled with him as I fell asleep. I still had one arm draped over Bluey. In fact, when I awoke just after 4 in the morning with an apocalyptic pain fingering out from the unreachable center of my head.
Wow. Intense. So we just finished about a third of the book.
Yeah, we're on chapter 7 now, but we'll read that to ourselves and pick up on chapter 8 next Tuesday. What'd you think of it?
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
So they almost kissed, but they didn't. And now she's like, she doesn't want to put him through the pain of kissing him and like giving him emotion, because he already went through this. He just went through this a couple months ago. And he is putting himself in that same position. I don't know, maybe he's drawn to that. Do you think? Or well, obviously he's like attracted to her.
Rough spot.
I don't.
Yeah.
And maybe she reminds him. Well, obviously she reminds him of his old girlfriend, and she's not alive anymore. Yeah. What do you think?
I like it. I like the book a lot. There's so many things going on. We're starting to develop relationships.
What do you think chapter 7 is going to be?
Find out.
Do you think they're going to kiss?
It's too early.
Too early?
Yeah, I'd say like
I'll say around chapter 10.
Yeah,
They're going to kiss.
we shall see.
What do you guys think?
Hi, Emma and Eddie.
I think they're gonna have sex.
Whoa.
I don't think so, but what do you guys think is gonna happen in the next chapter? I love you,
Kissing
Heather.
it out.
They're gonna kiss. They'll kiss soon. I wish like I could stop the comments. You guys have any comments or anything like about the book, like anything? Instead of just writing I love you. I love you guys too, but I kinda wanna talk about the book.
Whoa.
I think they're gonna get deeper in there. I missed it.
They go by so fast, these comments, it's hard to read sometimes.
It's actually starting to get interesting, yeah. You should watch the movie when you're yeah, they're all like all your guys' comments are the same. I love you guys too.
Someone just asked, how do you like the book so far, Cam?
No, but I've answered that a million times. My favorite part in the book so far is probably with his friend. His friend's Isaac, right? The one that goes blind. When Isaac was smashing like all the trophies, and then I actually laughed when because I didn't catch it when the nurse was like, "You'll see," I didn't catch it at first. I didn't catch the pun, and then he was like, "Seriously, did she just say
Right.
you'll see?"
Right.
That's funny. I thought that was funny.
That was very funny.
What's your favorite part?
I just liked it at this chapter when she said, like, I'm not, like, a prostitute. Like, I'm not just going to kiss you. And,
Yeah.
like, that was really, like...
I don't think but the funny thing is that he never had the intention to kiss her. I don't think.
I don't know.
I think he's smooth, because I would do something like that. Like, you know how we're talking about when you make a girl, like, wait to kiss you? It makes it, like, a lot more, like, I'll do something intentionally, to, like, make it seem like I'm going to do something, and then when I do the exact opposite, they're like,
right.
Oh, like, what?
Right.
Like, every typical guy will do that thing, but I think Augustus isn't like that typical. Like, he's so smooth. So smooth.
He's got some game from his daddy.
What do you guys think? Can you be my Augustus Waters? Sure. Favorite character is Gus. So basically you're a tease. Yeah. Being a tease, you'll keep people around if you're a tease. Would you date Hazel if you could? I don't know. You have the best reading voice. Thank you, but I need to work on reading out loud, like pronouncing words. Who can you relate to in the book? I can relate to Isaac when he smashes things, because like a lot of times I get really mad and I'll just smash like crazy stuff. Yeah. And then Gus, I like how he thinks outside of the box, and he's always ahead of the game.
Yeah, he's got interesting ways to look at things.
Yeah. I have not seen the movie. Hi from Scotland. I'm Scottish, so hi. I want to go. I think I have some family out there. Bryant's here. Say what's up.
Hey everyone, what's up? It's awesome.
What do you think? I want to see you mad and smashing things. There you go. I started to get mad when I was reading the book, kind of, because I couldn't pronounce that word. I kept getting it wrong.
Our fish is over there.
Any other questions, guys? What do you think about Hazel?
She's a good character. Still, I want to see what's going on.
Yeah.
I need more. I don't like
The author that they visit in Amsterdam, idiot. What?
John Green.
She's very analytical too. Like she always like examines things like really through. She thoroughly examines things.
I think a lot of girls just analyze, which is okay.
Will you cry, Cam? Probably not. I can cry if I like make myself. If I watch the movie, I will cry probably. What do you think will be the reaction
from Hazel if Gus dies?
If Gus died, she would really regret not kissing him. But she would mainly be concerned with. I don't think she connects with anyone other than her mom. I actually think she connects with him more than her mom. Or it's like a new thing, but obviously her and her mom have like more history together, so she would choose her mom. Do you think?
Right.
Do you guys think Hazel would choose if she had to choose her mom or Gus? Who do you think she would choose? Gus. Her mom.
Good way to do both.
I like her haircut. Her haircut's cool. can't choose between the two. I know it's hard. It's mom because she really cares about her. I think she would choose her mom. I think she would choose her mom because she's already vested. Her mom's already vested her life in helping her, and she just got done saying that she didn't want to hurt anyone else, and that she wouldn't want to hurt Gus anymore anyways. So she would just choose her mom because she knows she's gonna hurt her mom already. But that makes sense. Wait, do you know what happens? I don't know what happens at all.
No spoilers.
I want to start reading like another book, like a book that I can just constantly read.
Does that sound good? These are some good books.
Do you guys have any like suggestions for a book I should read? Like separately, just by myself.
Peace Runner.
How would you feel if Hazel and Isaac dated? I don't think they're fit.
50 Shades of Grey, Divergent, Maze Runner. There's a lot of Maze Runner in here.
I think I'm gonna read Maze Runner because the books and girls don't know Brian. He's gonna be a boss. 50 Shades of Grey. You know the movie's coming out.
Yeah.
It's gonna be super sexual.
I'm upset. I was hoping that dude from Sons of Anarchy would be in the movie because he's like such a great actor. I don't know, it just didn't work out, or like there were some Hollywood issues. But I was hoping he'd be in the lead because he's my wife's favorite like dude.
I don't know who you're talking about.
So
The Giver. Everything's for real. Yes, that's true.
Someone said love the Dr. Pick. Sure. Thank you.
Oh yeah, but thanks for reading with us, guys. That's a great call. I'm not gonna pass it.
Alright.
Really cool.
We're still live. We could go to Toast or one of those places. Milk, done.
It's across the street. Milk on what? Is it on some?
Love you, Morgan.
Love you too.
Dallas, we were okay. I'll follow you.
Hey everyone. Taking over Cam's live. I think I have some pictures. I have some pictures in here from San Antonio. Here's Yosh. See if you guys can see that. Might be too bright. Here's Yosh with fans. There's Hayes. Got a bunch of pictures of the boys. I just uploaded these to my computer last night. I also got video footage of some of you girls. I was asking you girls like questions like who's your favorite, what's your favorite video and stuff.
I go.
They like your shirt, Brian. Your youth crew.
Someone made this for me over in San Antonio. Shot the back.
We all have that one. Oh yeah, me and Yosh are gonna start working out.
Decent. Decent.
What kind of camera is that? It's a Mark III. A Mark 5D.
Yeah, they come out with the new one every.
Canon 5D Mark III.
They come out with the new one like every 4 years.
Yeah. I hear when they come out with a new camera, it takes like 45 years to come out with another one.
Yeah, the new one will be out like in like 5
good day, and I love you guys. I say you guys keep calling me I love you, but I love you guys too. Next week we will do chapter 8, and yeah.
What time?
To be
I
determined.
could hear your peeing, Cameron.
It was really loud, huh?
Oh, so I got nominated for the Teen Choice Award thing.
Woo!
Yeet. Yeet.
Low-key nervous if I win it to go on stage.
You're gonna
But,
win it.
like, I'm supposed to have a speech. Like, quick speech, I'm just gonna be like,
Just write something down on the way there.
thank you to my family and friends. Most importantly, I'm like, and thank you to, do I say fans or followers?
Say followers.
I don't know.
What, do you guys think I should say thank you to my fans or for my followers? Like, you guys, like, I'm speaking to you guys. I feel awkward saying fans. Yeah, fans. Okay.
Yeeters.
Eaters. Thanks to all my eaters.
Thanks all my eaters.
People at the awards are gonna be like, "What's that?"
Thanks to, well, you guys,
Fans. Thanks to all my eaters.
and that'd be like a really big inside joke if I was like, thanks to all my eaters.
Right. Oh, that'd be amazing.
And then I would be like, most importantly, thank you to God. Cool.
Good job.
We're gonna go eat right now, but thanks for coming this week. If you just got on, we're reading, or you don't know it, we're reading The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Read chapter 7 by yourself, and then we'll read chapter 8 next week. And I love you, Kennedy.
That was San Antonio for you.
And it's fun.
Haunted.
Haunted.
Haunted. Spooky.
Yeah. Me, Yosh, and Nash, we all got on, like, we went up the stairs and we went through that, like, restricted area and we climbed over it. Creepy stuff. And then we were playing tag with our with our fans in, like, the hotel. And they're, like, trying to catch us, but,
Too fast.
no, we're too fast. We're too good. Got to meet a lot of cool people. Other than that, I don't know. We didn't really do much besides go to the hotel.
Yeah.
And then meet everyone else.
Saw some movies.
Yeah. What do we see? Oh, we saw the Hercules.
Hercules in that like space movie.
Hercules in that cool.
Oh, the Galaxy.
Yeah.
We saw a Galaxy movie. You know, the Galaxy did pretty good at the box office.
Yeah, everyone says it was good, but like
Hey, to each their own. To each their own.
maybe it was the screen.
I liked Hercules and I liked the theater we watched it in. It had
Yeah,
like
Texas has some really awesome
these big like couches that you could lay down on.
leather couches.
I'm about to go on Twitter and follow some of you really, well, I'll follow like 5 of you really quick. Tweet me something right now. Tweet me something random, like something funny. Something funny.
Bye, Emma and Eddie, if you're listening. I love you. Are they watching? They were last.
Don't tell me what to do.
Whoa.
Cocaine Cam. Followed.
Whoa.
She still tweeted me though. Limes are red, but they actually are. They are actually purple. Fun fact.
What? Interesting.
Wait.
Something funny. Ironic. Yeah, that's very ironic. Yeah. Followed. Magco Stella. Why did the skeleton go to the Chinese? To get some spare ribs. Probably already knew that. Why does it have to be Chinese? Why? Never eat your shoes. That's
good.
That's good.
It's a hit.
Who said that? Veronica Leah 24.
Someone tweeted me a screenshot.
Netflix.
Netflix.
This is a no flex zone. So
Yeah.
this is a.
Thanks for the screenshot, whoever tweeted me that.
Hey, yeah. If you have any screenshots, tweet them to us. Hashtag Cam's Book Club.
This one's good.
Hashtag Cam's Book Club. Did you have Lucky Charms for breakfast because you look magically delicious? Heard it.
Oh.
Well, it's my first time, so I followed that person.
No flex.
Chill.
Zone.
Chill, Brianna.
No flex. Zone. Hashtag Cam's Book Club. If you have any screenshots, or if you want to tweet me something
Someone said Yo should make Snapchat.
while I go too much.
If you guys think Yo should make a Snapchat, say yes. If you want to see his Snapchat stories.
Okay.
Let's go.
Bye, guys. Love you. Follow us on Snapchat, Cameron Dallas. I don't know yours, right?
That's lava.
Peace. Love you guys.